all, Hipper here. So today I'm sharing a very dangerous and risky technique with you here. But first, let's just look at this build, because this is Colbert and you will need an agile build to pull this off. You will. So Takao, Baltimore, Ingenious, full speed ahead, Velocious, steer clear and fully packed. And on the ship we have the usual stuff here with the double rudder. So we get the most agile Colbert we can possibly get. And I'll just show you the stats here in a second. So 334 here. And maneuverability 2 seconds and 38 knots. Before speed boost, that is very important. So this technique, like I say, is very dangerous, but it's all about, getting the ships to reveal their positions as quickly as possible, giving your team a better chance to position. So we get up a little speed here and then we start shooting. And that's simply just to become spotted. So just checking here that I have enough room to maneuver. And we just shoot once in a while until we get spotted. There we go. And of course, everybody is going to be aiming at me here. So 3, 4 ships, usual. You can get up to 8 or 9 if you're unlucky. But the whole point here is to get the battleships in particular to shoot prematurely. So they give away their position quicker than you otherwise would. And that way you don't need a destroyer over on this flank, because I don't have one. And as long as you know exactly what you're doing and you keep, an eye on all the incoming salvos, and there's going to be a lot of incoming salvos, you really have to have your agile skill set down to make good use of this little tactic here. But if you do and you know how to handle your agile cruisers, this is a very, very valuable tactic to actually, get the Reds to give up their positions early on in the game. For example, this Des Moines here, he would probably not have fired had I not been firing that early, and he could have just been sitting there, because there's no one really over here to spot him. And now I know where the ships are, and there's not a lot of ships over here on my part of the map. So I'm going to go a little bit wide, because now I know the positions roughly of the whole enemy team, because I made them shoot at me. There's no, unspotted battleships sitting somewhere waiting for me to show broadside, because they are all lusting for cruisers, and most battleship players, they are going to shoot at a cruiser when it's the first ship spotted, and that's what I'm taking advantage of here. And I don't know why they actually kind of ran away from the flank, but that suits me fine, because there's a destroyer in the sea cap. As you can see, it's getting capped, and it's not the Des Moines. The Des Moines is outside the cap, so there's obviously a destroyer in here, and he's right behind the island because I'm not spotted. So we're going to take advantage of this situation here to get rid of the destroyer, and get a few shots in at the Des Moines as well. So like I said, there's no battleships here on this side now. They have all gone somewhere else. I don't know why, but like I said, perfect for me, because we're going to bully this Des Moines here, and then the Colbert here, he wasn't expecting me to come around the corner there. Most people take Colbert out from the back of the map, and you can do that, but this particular video here is about how you can give your team a little bit of a breather, and there's no better breather than getting rid of a destroyer, right? And getting all those positions right at the beginning of the battle, and more importantly, you are taking, or you should be taking, all the fire from every red ship if you get spotted in the first minute as the only ship spotted, especially if you're a cruiser. I mean, no one can really hold their fire. But you have to keep an eye on everything. Remember that Republic over there? I kept looking at him. I knew he was going to fire, and he didn't get a shot in. So you really have to have your eyes on, well, open to make this work here. And there's only a few ships that I do this in, like Colbert is one of them. Atago is another, and sometimes Albemarle, but it needs to be a very, very agile cruiser, and you don't have to be far away from the enemy. See, I'm pretty much in the middle of the map now, pushing myself in right from the beginning. All you have to do is just make them shoot at you, and then hopefully your team can actually make something good out of that. Because a battleship shooting at a cruiser and missing completely, that means that battleship has nothing to do for the next 30 seconds. And perhaps the enemy battleship is in a bad position and shouldn't really have fired. I mean, usually it's bad to fire before you're in a good position. But like I said, most people just can't, help themselves when they see a cruiser, just lollyboating around in open water about 30 seconds into the match, and they are going to shoot at you, and that's exactly what you want. It is a dangerous tactic, yes, but it works really, really well. Now, from now on, this battle here turns into one of the weirdest battles I have ever seen in this game here, because like, we're doing pretty well on this flank here, but if you look on the other flank, there is absolutely no interest from anyone, even the destroyer, in just at least attempting to take that B cap there. And I'm like, hey, don't you think you should at least, you know, make a little bit of an effort here? But nope, not gonna happen. And if you saw that Republic before, he caught a glimpse of me, and he saw, hey, that's Hipper in a Colbert, and then he sails all the way around to this side of the map here to shoot at me. And well, that's fantastic, that's awesome, that's actually kind of what I want. And there he is. So we're just gonna do a little bit of a naughty turn here, but I make a mistake here, I will admit that. I waited too long. I wanted to fire 2 salvos. I should have just fired 1 and then turned, but I wanted to fire 2 and then turned, and that took too long. I took an unnecessary salvo there. So I'm gonna have to retreat now, because there's not really anyone else over here. And it's just like I said, this is going to be a very strange battle now. Like, everything worked very well up until this point, but now it just turns into, you know, the usual like haphazard chaos that just comes with people playing this game and not really probably knowing exactly what they're doing. Because obviously we don't want these reds here to grab the cap. And there's another Kurfürst to come into play, and we're gonna do a lot of kiting here, because that's what Colbert does well. And if everybody's shooting at me, that means they're not shooting at my teammates, and in theory they should be able to grab that B cap very, very easily now. But yeah, nothing's happening. So like, sooner or later I'm gonna take a nasty hit here, but in the meantime we're going to try to keep these guys out of the cap. You have to play the objectives, and really, in my opinion, the only thing that matters in this game is your XP at the end of the game. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, it doesn't matter if you get a high caliber, if, of course that's good, it doesn't matter if you get a Kraken. The XP is the only number I look at. And in a win, you should have more than 2,000, preferably more than 2,500, to be able to say that you did your part, I think. And it's just amazing how many people in a win get out with less than 1,000 XP. I mean, that's, I don't even know how that's done in a victory. It's quite interesting, actually. I might do a video on it. So we changed targets here because we have to keep them from capping. And that's done by resetting the ships that are capping. And if you keep shooting at the same ship, you're not going to reset the cap, because if there's more than one ship in there, they're going to share the cap. So that's why we're going to take shots at the Des Moines once in a while as well. And that's a better option than shooting at that battleship. Yes, shooting at the battleship might net you a kill, but it's nowhere near as important as resetting that Des Moines there. There we go. 2 resets, he doesn't get the cap. And yeah, that means that you're probably going to miss out on that battleship kill there. But it doesn't matter. That is not the objective of this game here. The objective is to, well, you know, play the objectives. And that's, well, I guess the objective is to sink ships, but you have to also think that, hey, is this the best thing to do at the moment? And no, you know, shooting at that battleship was not the best thing to do, because they still haven't taken the cap. And I was unspotted there, but I had to take a shot at the Des Moines, because again, I don't want him to take the cap. I want to reset him, and there we go, another reset. So I'm down to 500 hit points now, so I have to retreat here a little bit. I can't really do anything more. I'll just get sunk. And at this point here, I'm having a look at the map, and I'm thinking, what is going on here? Like, what is the destroyer doing out there? And yeah, I guess, like, to me it just looks like, you know, the usual potato in a destroyer, like just having absolutely no clue. But actually this guy is actually doing real work, believe it or not. And we are losing all the caps pretty much, and there's not really anything I can do about it anymore. I kept trying, but I was just pushed back by the Des Moines because he actually had, you know, battleship support. I do have a battleship, but he's just going broadside here, and in a minute he's going to take off towards the edge of the map. And this moment here, I'm looking at the map and I'm saying, okay, this is a loss now. We're losing this cap here, and any one of the Reds can just walk in and take the B cap at pretty much any time they want to. And like I've seen this situation hundreds, if not thousands of times before. And at this point, I am certain it's going to be a loss. So I'm going to push in towards the cap here, and then see if an opportunity might arise for me to possibly ram someone or do something with my last 500 hit points here that might actually help out. And also, if I can keep this Kurfürst here spotted a little bit here, that's why I'm not firing, and also of course, because if I take another incoming salvo, I'm dead. So like I said, I'm just looking for an opportunity to move in and to get closer to the cap. And there we have the Des Moines, and he's just sitting there like he's done the whole battle. So we'll just keep him spotted, and then hopefully the battleship will actually shoot at him, because that's what battleships do, right? Someone's shooting at him, but it's not exactly very useful. That's what's going on here. So anyway, the whole point of this video here is like, help your team, play the objectives. Don't always go chasing high calibers and Krakens and all that stuff, because really, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you don't play, you know, smart and, you know, select the best targets that you have available, then it doesn't matter. And like I said, the only thing I look at after a battle is the XP. And that I've had many battles where, you know, people with 4 kills and yada yada, high calibers and Confederates and all that stuff, they're not on the top. I'm at the top because I play the objectives, I reset ships, I take caps, I sink destroyers, and that's what you do in a cruiser. And well, so at this point I'm just contemplating, oh, do I even want to play the rest of this battle here? Because I mean, I've done my part. Actually, already when I took out that destroyer, I did my part. Anything else is a bonus. And the Montana is like, I don't know what he's doing. He's far away, and then I'm having a look at the destroyer. He's not even pretending to try to grab that B cap there. It's right there. And like, I don't know. Like I said, the destroyer is actually doing a really good like job in this battle here. I just don't know how he did it, because he's not really in any of the positions I would expect him to be in. And yeah, I can't really explain it, and that's also why at this point here I'm just sick of it. I've seen this so many times before, so I say, okay, I am going to move on, and I have no interest in this battle anymore if no one's actually interested in winning. So just take a shot at Des Moines. Of course he's going to sink me, because he just needs to get one shell hit in, and there it is. So I was going to leave the battle, but then I think, oh, I'll just stick around and see what actually happens here. And, you know, I'm fully expecting to rage. Well, actually, I don't really rage, but to be really annoyed at these guys here and what they end up doing. But let's just go back to the beginning of the video here, because that's the point of this video here. It's a risky tactic, you know. Start the game, get up to about 20-25 knots, and then just start to shoot till you get spotted. Once you get spotted, well, it's up to you and your agile cruiser skills to avoid 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9 ships incoming shells. But what you do get out of that move is pretty much everyone on the red team to reveal their positions very early on in the battle. And that's super helpful. It really is. Of course, destroyers usually won't reveal their whereabouts unless they're like very new to the game, I guess. But battleships in particular, and will also help you later in the battle, because, like I said in the beginning, there's no hidden battleships. There's no unspotted battleship. somewhere that's just waiting for the opportunity to you know, a broadside, because it's just so tempting for them to shoot at cruisers, especially if you lure them a little bit with a broadside, like I did there in the beginning. You know, sail in, shoot, and turn broadside, and then I guarantee you every battleship is going to shoot at you. So here we are about to lose on points, which I really think we deserve. We should have lost this battle here because I don't know what was going on, honestly. And then the destroyer gets the luckiest torp hit ever in the world here, and so it's the Kurfürst in like the last 4 seconds of the game. I mean, what are the odds? And then we actually end up winning this game here, like totally undeserved, absolutely, because I don't think that was a very good battle from my team. But anyway, as you can see there, 4 kills, but still behind me in XP, and that's why I'm saying I only look at XP, and that's all that matters really. So anyway, just be careful if you try this one out in the wild, because like I said, you really need to have your agile cruisers at top level, and you have to be pretty experienced. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. See you out there.